Steph, and what a great way to kick off the weekend here at our Tampines hub with the feature match of the week. It's Tampines Rovers up against Lion City Sailors. Both clubs itching for 3 points tonight and a chance to stay in the title race, or at least the race for second, with just 3 games remaining after this. Well, last night, what a match we had here at this very stadium as Albirex Niigata notched up their 17th win of the season, a 6-1 victory over Geylang International. Seik Nuri contributing 4 of those for the White Swans. Hougang United in action tonight, looking for their 4th win on the trot as they take on Brunei DPMM at the Jalan Besar Stadium, while Tanjong Pagar and the Young Lions square off in the battle of the bottom 2. Welcome along to the SPL studio. So good to have you join us for the build-up to this big match on match week 24. I say big, these are 2 giants of the Singapore Premier League. I'm Colette Wong alongside Shasi Kumar, and we have 3rd versus 2nd at our Tampines hub. That's Tampines Rovers up against Lion City Sailors, which is essentially a battle for 2nd spot, Shasi.
Yeah, exactly. And Fridays are usually party Fridays.
Yeah.
And, I think one side could be partying tonight. That's Albirex in Jurong East, if things go their way today between Tampines and LCS. And you can see the standings there already. So a draw here means that there's no way they're going to catch Albirex in that top spot position. So that 2nd spot, realistically, all to play for tonight.
Now, both these clubs have big dreams of toppling Albirex at the start of the season. Didn't quite happen, although maybe still too early to award the title to Albirex Niigata. Right. But tell us just how important 2nd place is for both these clubs.
It's definitely important. Not only 2nd, actually for LCS, more for LCS. They've got to actually win this, really, and it's going to be a disappointment even if they finish in 2nd spot. As for Tampines, obviously, I think they have been absolutely brilliant, actually, especially in the first part of the season where they played some very, very good football. They played probably the best football amongst the top 3 sides, and kind of problems arose after players got injured. Probably the strength in depth is not there yet, really, for Tampines.
Okay, well, let's talk about Tampines in a little bit more depth. They're coming off back-to-back defeats, of course, for the first time this season. They've conceded 12 goals in their last 4 matches, Shasi. What's going on there?
Yeah, exactly. And if you look at those games as well, even in the one they won, Young Lions 3-2, they conceded 2 there. And in those games, they conceded a total of 12. And there's that game there, the Eastern Derby against Geylang, which they lost 3-2, probably put paid to their chances of winning the league, and obviously got hammered there against Albirex Niigata. But this game here against Albirex, it was so early on in the game. In less than 30 seconds, they conceded that goal, and it was a mistake from Shah at the back, giving the ball away cheaply. And then Albirex does this to you. They are so clinical going forwards, but defensively they've struggled. And this was just a simple ball over the top. But take nothing away from that finish. That was a ridiculous finish, by the way, a great finish. But it's those things that really have really put paid to their chances, Tampines. Defensive woes, they haven't been at the races, really. And those 12 goals, by the way, came in the last 6 games, right? So they've conceded only 24 all season. So it's recently that has happened. And this could be because of this guy here, Milos Zlatkovic, who has been missing due to injury. And they've put Shah in, as a centre-back, together with Yamashita at the back, and he has struggled. Don't get me wrong, I think he has been absolutely brilliant throughout the season, but not as effective in that centre-back position, because it is in those details, isn't it? Because you are a centre-mid and then you're playing at centre-back. If you do make a mistake at central midfield, there's cover at the back, because you've got your centre-backs, your wing-backs or whatever. But at centre-back, if you do make a mistake, there's no room, really. Only your goalkeeper can save you. So that was what happened with him in that last game. And in positioning wise as well, and he's a slight player in terms of physicality, and you can see him struggling against Albirex, who was strong, and they simply pushed him off. So that could be one of the reasons as well. So again, going back, it's strength in that, the lack of rather.
Okay, let's talk about someone who plays further upfield, and that's Boris Kapicevic. We saw him on the bench last week because he's recovering from a shoulder injury. I mean, he has had a decent season, 15 goals in 21 matches. That's not a bad return. But when you compare it to what he did last season, where he scored 35 goals in 28 games, it does look like he's fallen off the pace. What do you attribute this loss of, is it form, or is it a change in the way that Tampines plays this season as compared to last season? Why do you think he's not scoring as many goals?
I don't think it's the way they played. I think they play the same way, Tampines. You know, I think it's, again, it's so difficult to put a finger on this, because if you say confidence, he scored 15 goals this season, and which is good. But you know, the goals that he scored last season, what, 35 or 36 goals? That's a huge number. It's probably, you know, he's a victim of his own success. But you know, just looking at the way they've gone on this season and the chances that he's missed, he's not himself. You know, he's getting into positions where last season he would be there and taking it so easily. You know, right foot, left foot, it doesn't matter. From free kicks as well, he scores with his head. And this season he's been getting in those similar positions, but not putting those chances away. So that's a problem, and it's a confidence issue. We don't exactly know, and we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago, probably months ago, and I spoke to Gavin about this, and he spoke about the same thing. It's about confidence, but he works hard. You know, he gets into those positions, but you know, the season's coming to an end. You know, but it's a pity because he's got 15, and we're still talking about, you know, the lack of form or whatever.
It's interesting, as his shoulder is still heavily strapped. It'll be interesting to see whether or not he starts this game. We'll tell you in just a couple of minutes. But Tampines have fought well this season. I mean, they've done a really good job. Do you think Gavin Lee will be happy with second spot if they do clinch that, or will he be disappointed that they're not contesting for the title?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. You know, if you ask Gavin right now, I think he'll be disappointed because of the fact that I said this, they played probably the best football of the three early on, you know, the first part of the season. Good football, good possession football, good players in there. Nakamura, Shah, Boris Kapitovic, Yasir had a good season so far. Faris as well started the season with a bang. And yeah, if you look at all those, I think, you know, he would be disappointed. He couldn't carry them on, you know, to push them to the title. But having said that, if he sits back in after about a week or two, you know, in his lazy chair and he thinks about it, you know, they've done well.
He's got a lazy chair, does he?
Yeah, I think so. they've done well.
All right, let's take a look at that starting lineup. We did mention Boris Kapitovic, and we can tell you that he does start on the bench today. Obviously, that shoulder's still not feeling up to scratch to tackle 90 minutes of football. But talk us through this starting lineup. Looking pretty good, Shati.
Yeah, I like this. You know, this is probably the best they could do with the injuries and then the players out. Obviously, Irfan Najib is missing. He could play in that right back. But apart from that, it probably, you know, picks itself out. Shah Shahiran, I like him in that position. That's probably his best position, you know, in a defensive mid or even further forward, but it doesn't matter. He plays in midfield. That's the best. But I like how Yasir and Faris has gone about doing their business this season. They've been very good. Yasir as the captain obviously gets into a little bit of trouble with the cards and the tackles, but you know, he's done well. He's pulled them along this season. Faris as well, very tricky. And yeah, so they've been good. Nakamura probably has been a little bit quiet the past couple of weeks. You know, we haven't been speaking about him lately. He needs to come to the fore tonight against LCS, a very strong LCS side.
Well, speaking of LCS, let's talk about them now. We had a chance to see two of the new signings, Bailey Wright and Zivkovic, take play together for the first time since they joined the club. That was on Monday against Balestier. Big win for Lion City Sailors. How much better is this Sailors side with these two players in the lineup?
Well, you see Zivkovic there with an easy tap-in after all the work done by Maxim Leston. He scored 2 in 4 games, Zivkovic. Bailey Wright with a couple of goals here as well from the corner kick. Good delivery, obviously, and with a big man like that in the 6-yard area, he can't miss. Yeah, and you spoke about, you know, these two players coming in. I don't know exactly whether they've, you know, made LCS better, but they've provided that strength in depth. Obviously, with players getting injured, but they've probably gotten them in because of the continental competition this season. The draw is going to be at the end of this month, I think. So they've probably gotten them in, you know, to add to the depth in squad. But in terms of how they've made the team better going forwards or playing better, I don't exactly know whether they've done that.
Yeah, maybe it's still too early to tell because there's still a long way to go, especially with the continental competition coming up. But I wanted to ask, if they do finish third, if they do finish behind Tampines and Albirex this season, how much of a blow do you think that will be for Lion City Sailors?
Personally, I think it's a massive blow. You know, a side like LCS with the investment that they've made with the players, the players that we've gotten in, even the local players from last season coming in, the new players coming in, that is, Lionels and all these players, they would be absolutely disappointed with finishing second even. They should be, a side like LCS, be pushing for the title with maybe the last game of the season, or maybe even beating Albrechts, with 3 games to go. And I'm not kidding, because they should be doing that anyway. And you're talking about an Albrecht side who are 22, 23 years old. The 2 oldest players are Tadanari Lee and Hassan, who are 38, I think. So it's a disappointment finishing 3rd or even 2nd. They need to be going out there winning the title against this Albrecht side.
Now, you had a look at the table just now. Lion City Sailors are ahead of Tampines Rovers, but when you look at the head-to-heads, Lion City Sailors have not beaten the Stags yet this season. Of course, they're up now this evening, so they get a 3rd bite at the cherry, a chance to come away with 3 points. What must the Sailors do tonight to get that win against the Stags?
Well, we talk about those 2 results, the 1-1 draw and then 4-3 loss to Tampines. That was a good win for Tampines. They came back a little bit too late there, LCS, in that game. But yeah, what they can do is firstly get this guy playing, obviously. Maxime Lestienne has been excellent. Rasak is playing today as well. I think he has been good. Hold-up play has been good. So these players, get these players playing, because defensively I don't think they can handle Tampines for the 90 minutes. They are going to concede chances. Against Belster, it was a little bit too easy for Belster to, break them open sometimes, break them down. So they need to get these players, attacking players especially, going to score goals as many as possible, and that's easier said than done, obviously. But they've got that in them. Players like Maxime Lestienne, who has been really, really outstanding.
What a flair player he is, Maxime Lestienne. I want to talk about this guy, Rankovic. Obviously, he's only been. Sorry, this is not him. But he's only been in the game for 5 weeks with the club, and that's not a whole lot of time. Not enough time really to implement your ideas and philosophy. But I'm going to ask you anyway. From what you have seen of Rankovic, do you like what you've seen?
I think you're right in terms of he needs the time, because he's a new manager anyway coming into the league, and he needs that time. 1-4, lost 2. But what we want to see, or at least for me personally, is the way they play, whether he's come in and made a change to the style of play. And at least for me, I can't see that change. I haven't seen the way they've played something different, maybe more solid at the back, or maybe going forwards more exuberant. How exuberant can you get, right? More exuberant can you get, because with Maxime Lestienne there already. And so I haven't seen that. So that's been, for me at least, a little bit disappointing. And again, how good is he? We don't exactly know. We talk about the managers, Vidakovic, the previous manager, played 14, won 9, lost 2, right? And he has already lost 2 games here in 6 games. So if you compare those stats so early on, it's already a little bit iffy.
not what the Lion City Sailors were hoping for. I'm sure they were hoping for a big bang. As they mentioned very early on in the season, they have to win all their games, which they have not done. So the lineups are in. Let's take a look at who's starting for this Lion City Sailors side. Talk us through this one. You mentioned Abdul Razak. He is starting the game today, and what a star he has been for them. Exactly.
I think he has been good. And, his hold-up play as well, he's very strong as well, deceptively strong. When the ball comes in, he's not facing his own goal. He's been very, very good as well. They've made one change from the last game, and I think it's Noor Adam comes in, he plays at left back, so that means Van Huysen goes to right back. But apart from that, it's the same lineup that killed off Balestier in that last game. So exciting lineup, actually, going forwards especially. They've got loads of firepower up there. Let's hope, and I think what Rankovic has done is stuck with Bailey Wright and Lionel Tan at the back together, for a couple of games already. So I think that's what he's trying to do, get that partnership going, and I think that's very important.
They'll need to show up that defense, definitely. It's always massive when these 2 teams meet, Tampines against Lion City Sailors, and we have kickoff just under 15 minutes from now. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll get the thoughts of both the coaches, Gavli and Rankovic, as well as Shasi's prediction ahead of this one. Stay with us here on SPL Live. Your build up to the match of the week, and it doesn't come any bigger than this clash between Tampines Rovers and Lion City Sailors. Now, we mentioned earlier that Lion City Sailors have not beaten Tampines Rovers yet this season, but you know what, there's only 1 point between these two clubs in the table, and when you compare these stats, it's really fine margins between these two teams. Yes, Tampines have kept more clean sheets, LCS have scored more goals, 23 more goals than the Stags, but when it comes to tonight's match, Shasi, which of these stats do you think will have the biggest impact on tonight's game?
I think, personally, I think it's going to be the number of goals scored. You know, because just looking at the way they've defended throughout the season, I think it depends on which team goes out there and starts scoring goals and be clinical, because they are going to create chances, both these sides. And we spoke about Boris Kapitovic missing chances and all. He needs to be, if he comes on, to be clinical, and either side, whichever side goes in and score goals will win this, because I think they are going to concede chances and concede goals.
Tampines Rovers, of course, coming off back-to-back defeats, they'll be itching for 3 points tonight. Let's hear from both coaches now, starting with Tampines manager Gavin Lee.
Kevin, it's another important game where you fight for the all-important number 2 spot in the season. How do you see this battle panning out against the Sailors?
Yeah, I think every time we play the Sailors, it's always a very close game, even game. A lot of attacks and goal-scoring chances. I think in the past few fixtures there have been some very, very nice goals as well. So I'm sure it'll be quite an exciting game tonight.
And considering a lot of fitness issues towards the business end, do you consider yourself a bit unlucky this season?
No, again, sometimes injuries can be prevented, and we had some injuries that were out of our control, as they say. But you know, coming to the third last game of the season, we have an almost fit squad, so that's quite a good starting point to begin with. We left with 1 suspension, so that's our fault really. But you know, we move forward as always, and we should have quite a strong squad tonight.
What are your expectations of your players tonight, and what do you want out of this game?
No, yeah, we spoke about it. It's all about, again, like we say each and every day, we just keep swimming. We just take 1 step forward. We try to be a better version of ourselves than yesterday, and hopefully tonight will be even better than what we put out there against Albrechts.
And 12 goals conceded in the last 4 games. How much of a concern will that be, especially with a hard-hitting side like the Sailors?
Yeah, again, it is not nice. None of us enjoyed conceding those goals, and the players definitely as well. You should see their faces and all when we go through the unit reviews. But you know, we have to learn from such difficult moments, like we always do, and we always come out stronger. And tonight against them, it's a good platform to showcase how much we really want the 3 points.
And seems like Boris is not starting again. Can you give us an injury update?
Yeah, no, Boris is back available to play, but we just thought 90 minutes after a while with that shoulder might not be the wisest move. So he definitely help the team at some point during the game.
Hi, Coach.
Hi.
This fixture is like a direct shootout for the 2nd spot in the league. How's preparations been?
It's pretty good. I think we trained really good this week. We had the whole team on our disposal, so I'm very excited about this game.
And there's a possibility that LCS might not finish in the top 2. Would that be considered a failure, considering how well equipped your side is?
I think we still have everything in our hands, so that's most important. And then, let's be honest, there's still three more games to go. So after that, we can talk about where we're going to finish and what's failed, what's not.
And LCS have not beaten Tampines this season yet. What is required tactically for LCS to break the streak and leave victors?
I think in this stadium we have to be very brave and try to play with them. I think they're also a very brave team that wants to play football. So I didn't know about that statistic, but it's good to know so I can prepare my boys.
And both sides need this win. Who wants it more?
Yeah, I hope my team.
All the best for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, both coaches do agree that it's going to be an exciting game, and we certainly hope it will be. But one person we haven't really spoke about today is Maxime Lestienne, because he's still in the race for the Golden Boot. He's on 20 goals. Do you expect to see an inspired performance from him today?
Well, the neutrals will be hoping to see him play every time, and I think he has been outstanding, right? And he seldom, seldom doesn't go through a game where he doesn't make something happen.
Yeah.
He will go through, and obviously there will be mistakes. But what I like about him is his decision making in terms of doing the right thing. The pace of the ball, the pace of the pass is almost perfect all the time, and I think he has been excellent.
Okay, prediction time. But before we get to the score prediction, what kind of a match do you think we're going to see tonight?
It's going to be an exciting game, and obviously a little bit tactical as well. We know how Gavin is. He thinks a lot about the game. I think it's going to be a real tactical game, and I think it's going to be very tight in the end. I just have a sneaky feeling that LCS is going to pull this one off.
Okay.
Maybe a 2-1 win.
But definitely goals at our Tampines hub tonight. Don't go anywhere. You do not want to miss this absolute mega match between two of the giants of the Singapore Premier League. It's a battle for second place between Tampines Rovers and Lion City Sailors. Stay in your seats. We'll be right back with kickoff.
Their title hopes hanging by a thread. Two of Singapore's biggest local clubs come together this Friday evening at our Tampines hub as they fight to keep their Slim championship dreams alive. A stalemate hands the crown to Albirex Niigata, so this is genuinely a must-win game for both these fierce rivals. We are set up for what should be a fantastic contest between Tampines Rovers and the Lion City Sailors. Tampines Rovers come into this game currently in third on the table, just a point behind the Lion City Sailors, 9 points behind Albirex Niigata. A win will take them into second spot, cut the gap between themselves and Albirex to 6 points. They will mathematically still be in the title race, but will need a lot of improvement on the goal difference front and hope that other sides can do them a favor in order to catch Albirex over the last few match weeks. It's a similar story for the Lion City Sailors, who are currently 8 points behind the leaders. Victory here will close that gap to 5. 2 games remaining after this one. A win here will also go a long way towards ensuring that they, at the very least, finish as the highest placed local team. With that comes the reward of continental football down the road. For both these sides, that must be where their main focus is. They know the title is unlikely, but they will want desperately to finish in second. With me in the commentary position is a former professional player and coach, Shashi Kumar. Shashi, what are you expecting from this clash?
Well, I'm actually excited for this game. Loads of exciting players. We talk about on the Tampines side, Nakamura, Shahiran Jochu as well, and Taufik Suparno playing up top, Yase, and obviously Faris, who's done well. And on the other side, we don't have to speak about the LCS. They really strength in depth, and it's that man, Maxim Lestienne. Diego Lopez comes into this game. 2 changes really for LCS this game, and really excited for this one, Roshan.
These are your match officials. Our main referee is Farhan Muhammad. He'll be assisted by J. Ashok Raj and Elson Fu. 4th official, Muhammad Hilmi Fuad. 15 match this season for Farhan Muhammad. Those are your video match officials. VAR is Juherman Zaiton, and the assistant VAR, Ronnie Ko. Let's have a look at the lineups then, beginning with Tampines Rovers, who have made 2 changes. Shazwan Buhari is back in goal, having served his 2-match suspension for his red card against the Young Lions. He replaces Ridwan Barudin. The other change sees Milos Zlatkovic making his first start since the 7th of June. He comes into that back line and replaces Saifullah Akbar, who drops to the bench. Shasi, those 2 players are big players coming back into the starting 11, aren't they?
Very much so. Zlatkovic was the big miss, you know, and I think he comes in, he has that ability to show up the defense, and very balanced side with him around a left-footed player. So big miss, and a good inclusion today.
This is Gavin Lee's 99th game as head coach of Tampines Rovers. 50 wins, 22 draws and 26 defeats in that time. This is the starting 11 for the Lion City Sailors. They have also made 2 changes. Diego Lopez is back in the 11 as he replaces Shawal Anwar, who misses out on the matchday squad entirely. The other change sees Noor Adam Abdullah coming into the side to replace Zulkarnain Suzliman. Shasi, how do you expect this side to be lining up for this one?
You know, with Diego Lopez coming in just playing in front of Anumandan and Haris Harun, I think this means that Živkovic will go out wider, you know, and I think he has drifted out wide in most games when he started. He doesn't really stay in that middle, so I think this gives him an opportunity to go out wider and probably play in a preferred position maybe.
This is match number 7 for Rankovic. Alexander Rankovic in charge of the Sailors. 4 wins and 2 defeats from his first 6 games with them. Former assistant manager at Vitesse, Sparta Rotterdam and FC Utrecht. The short spell as head coach with Edio Den Haag. This is his first meeting with Gavin Lee. Both coaches actually looking quite relaxed in the pre-match interviews and on the bench as well. Shasi, did you pick up anything interesting from what they were saying in the build-up to this game?
Actually, you're right. You know, they look pretty relaxed. Maybe knowing that the pressure is off, trying to win the league. Maybe, I don't know. You know, but they seem to be, you know, they just want to get it over and done with. Maybe, and maybe the players now will enjoy it a little bit more. I don't know.
Well, the countdown has begun, but Tampines Rovers are still in their pre-match huddle. Being rushed here to very quickly get to the ball there for kickoff, and we are underway. Tampines Rovers going from left to right on your screens in the yellow and black, up against the Lion City Sailors in the blue, white and blue, going from right to left on your screens as Lionel Tan puts that out for an early throw-in to the home side.
Good pressure from Taufik Suparno early on Lionel.
Roshan Rai along with Shasi Kumar in the commentary position for you this evening for this one. Expecting a great game of football. 2 of the best local sides. Tampines Rovers have lost their last 2 SPL matches coming into this one. Those defeats were painful, damaging to Geylang International in the recent Eastern Derby, and then a heavy 6-3 loss to Albrechts Niigata in their most recent SPL match. They were unbeaten in 10 games prior to those 2 defeats. Looking to get themselves back on the winning trail tonight against a side that they have a very strong rivalry with. We have had some fascinating incidents on and off the pitch between these 2 sides in recent years. It's Christopher Van Huysen popping up at right back this evening. Anu. Header from Yamashita finds Shah Shahiran back in his more natural central midfield role. Milos Zlatkovic coming back into the side is going to give them a huge boost. Not just his presence in central defence, but the ability to play Shah a little bit further forward, Shasi.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's more important. I think he's more effective in that central midfield position. Likes to dictate the play from the middle of the park. Slows down the tempo when he has to. I think Van Huysen was good handling the ball, I think.
Naturally left-footed option. Zlatkovic as well allows Glenn Quaid to push on further up the pitch. Last time Zlatkovic started a match, well, Lestienne is close to making them pay for an early error there.
Wow, it's the speed of thought of this guy here. As soon as the ball was lost, I think it was Nakamura who was caught in possession. His touch wasn't the best. Look at that. Took it first time. Anything on target, that'll be the first goal.
They're looking to press very high here, the Lion City Sailors, wanting to disrupt Tampanese's game. They try and play it short out the back. Here is Taufik Suparno, having to fill in up front for the not quite fully fit Boris Kapitovic. Picked up an injury against Geylang, a shoulder injury. Missed their last game against Albrechts. He was a huge miss for them. And then missing out on the starting 11 this evening. He is on the bench. He was in the warm-up earlier. Could be seeing him at some point potentially. Here is Lestienne again. Up against Glenn Quay. Give and go with Lopez, not quite coming off on this occasion.
This has been a very good start by LCS on the front foot. Really mean business.
Sailors coming into this fixture off the back of consecutive wins against Tanjung Pagar United and then Balestier Khalsa, but they were given a good fight in both those games. They were also handed some advantages by the opposition in both matches. And Balestier having to play for more than 80 minutes of that one with just 10 players after Madhu Mohana was sent off very early on. Hasn't really been the best of starts for Alexander Rankovic's career at the helm of the Sailors. It's Lionel Tan who scored a cracking goal against Balestier Khalsa. Beautiful ball swept out to Lestienne. He just steps on it. And Nakamura shows he's got skills as well. Don't forget about me, he says. Nice little reminder of his incredible quality, the Tampines number 10.
Well, in that passage of play, two quality players. The ball, a raking ball from left to right. The way Maxime Lestienne took it down was brilliant. And then Nakamura going past two players.
Just mentioning Zlatkovic earlier, his last start actually came in that 1-0 draw against the Lion City Sailors at Bishan Stadium. Here's Forrest Rumley. He's attempted a cross, is blocked by Van Huysen, out for Tampines corner.
Well, that is what Shah can do. The ball was switched over to Faris. Huysen standing his ground there.
Glenn Quay into the box, a bit of a scramble. Shah's effort comes off Haris Harun. Another corner.
Good pressure from Tampines. Corner again wasn't convincing LCS with the defending. Shah with the final shot.
Be looking to take this one short again, Tampines. Yase and Faris both there.
You just look at the 6-yard area.
Now that defensive line can step up. Yasser, nicely done into Faris. It's cleared away by Abdul Razak.
Well, it's a very intelligent ball that was played through for Faris. Now it's Tampines' turn to put the pressure on LCS.
Starting to see Tampines Rovers just sort of get into their normal rhythm, their usual groove in possession. Very comfortable with the ball this side.
I think Faris wasn't interested in that because he was in an offside position. The ball from Shah.
Those back-to-back defeats for the Lion City Sailors against TPMM and then Albrechts Negata really hurting the title prospects. Foul on Ryan Sanizal.
Yeah, he wasn't looking at the ball there. You can tell that his eyes on Ryan Sanizal. There's just a shove, so clear. Good spot from the referee.
Nakamura. Quickly touched out wide to Glenn Quay. Faris just about hangs on to it. Yeah, so he's able to win a free kick, eases the pressure. He can build again. They aren't afraid to hang on to it. The pressure from the opposition, no problem for Tampines Rovers. There's Joel Chu. Back to Yamashita. Crossfield ball. He's done very well there, Faris Ramli. Just avoid it going out for a goal kick. Thought for the moment he might have just kept the move going.
Yeah, Tampines just trying to vary their style of play in terms of going forwards. That time decided to go long, from right to left.
Well, it's interesting. After that defeat to Albrechts Niigata, the focus for the Lion City Sailors shifting away from the title race towards trying to secure second spot, finishing as the best local side. Now they will be playing in this edition of the AFC Champions League coming up, 23-24 season. But the AFC is revamping its competitions, its continental competitions from the 24-25 season onwards. From what I've seen so far, teams from Singapore will not have access into the Tier 1 competition. We don't know what the names are yet, those haven't officially been announced. But there will be some sort of continental competition. Here's Lestien with his effort! That's a great finish from range! Catching out that Tampines defense. They were sitting back and inviting him to have a go. And always a mistake with Maxime Lestien around.
Well, everything you said there was true because they just invited him to take a shot. Look at the distance here between him and Glenn. He cuts inside his man and then no pressure at all. Just stood off him, and you can't stand off this guy. He cuts inside and with his left foot, he's always going to punish you. What a shot, what a goal.
21st goal of the season for Maxime Lestien. Great angle on the replay. This one as well should be a nice sight of it. He's curling it into the bottom corner. No chance for Shazwan. A clean sheet for Tampines this evening then. 9 for the season. 1 behind Albrechts Niigata, who are leading the way with 10. Tampines haven't lost 3 in a row in the league since August 2021. And that was after they'd actually come back from a very tough AFC Champions League campaign in Uzbekistan. Really struggled that season. Nakamura manages to pick out Glenn Quay. Van Huysen keeping pace with him. Anu. There's Van Huysen. Has to help it forward. It's deflected. Falls for Nakamura. Cleverly touched on by Yasser. Here's Faris. Into Yasser. Back to Faris. Faris! Straight at Zafan.
Yeah, good effort from Faris. Very, very crowded in the box here. One touch out of his foot and then took that shot. Trying to do a Lestien for Tampines. Straight at the goalkeeper.
Here's Norada. Can't quite shake off the attentions of Joel Chu.
Well, nicely done from Joel Chu there. Brilliant defending. Oh, it's given the other way now.
Yeah, he's changed his mind, the referee. He's given some advice. Raza gets it back from Noradam. Here's Anu. Lestien. Lopez. Intercepted by Zlatkovic. Strong in the challenge. Milos Zlatkovic coming away with it. That's been taken quickly. Yasser. Good pace to this game. Harris on the blind side of Nakamura. Making it off him. That's going to come off Glenn Quay for a corner.
I tell you what, this has been an absolutely brilliant start from the LCS in terms of their defending from the top. As soon as Nakamura got the ball there, look who's behind him. It's Harun. He wins it off Nakamura, and then this leads to the corner kick here.
Corner which will be taken by Lestien once the referee has sorted this out. Zlatkovic is there with Bailey Wright. Some really poor marking in that game against Bellisa Khalsa from the Tigers, allowing Bailey Wright to score 2 goals, his first 2 goals for the Sailors. That's been taken short. Variation on the set piece. Zivkovic only able to bounce it in towards Shazwan.
Zivkovic wanted the handball there. I think it was Yamashita. Well worked again. First effort, very difficult to see from there, and then his second effort was a tame one.
Zlatkovic. The Lion City Sailors yet to beat Tampines Rovers this season, with Tampines winning the first game between these two sides. That was a cracking one. 7-goal thriller, ending 4-3 in the favour of the Stags. Second game was also a close contest, both sides taking a point each in a 1-all draw. Tampines actually took the lead in that game. Yasser Hanapi got himself sent off. Tampines were then under pressure, unable to hold on, conceded a late penalty, just tucked away by Lestien. And they're off to a good start here, the away side. Down by Razak. Lopez loses out to Faris. He can drive at this Lion City Sailors defense. He's got Taufik outside of him. Here is Taufik Suparno. Chip towards the back post. Yasser Hanapi went for the spectacular. Completely mistimed it. And out by Lestien. Noradam gets the deflection going his way. Zivkovic. Harris. Out to Lopez. And Sanizal is there, filling in for the suspended Irfan Najib at right back. Irfan serving the second game of his 2-match suspension for a red card against Geylang. Here is Zivkovic again. Zivkovic forcing a punch from Shazwan. Anu with the second effort. It's gone out for a goal kick.
Great end-to-end action to this game. Just before that, Yasser trying a spectacular overhead kick, and then Alcias going forwards. Zivkovic going past his man. Shazwan Buhari had to get there. Anumandan shot going waywards.
7 shots in this one so far, 5 for the Lion City Sailors, just 2 for Tampines. The away side really looking up for it.
Yeah, just look at that again. Anumandan, as soon as the ball is on the way to Shah, he's there.
Instructions obviously to be very aggressive in the pressing. I don't want to allow Shah and Nakamura to be those players who get on the ball for Tampines in central midfield. Those two so important in dictating the game for them. Look at how tight it is between the lines.
Yeah, it's usually those two players who come short, receive the ball, and so far been pressed. And because of that, they've now pushed on a little bit higher up the park so that they don't come down to receive the ball. And the centre backs now have got to play with it. Zlatkovic and Yamashita.
Anu back to Lionel Tan. Sailors turn in possession. Živkovic. Cleverly done. Good acceleration away from Shah Shahiran. Not the best of balls in for Lopez.
Good run from Razak there to take away a player. Leaves that space for the run of Lopez.
Yase was annoyed with Zlatkovic there. Lestien has picked his pocket! Lestien! With a beautiful finish from range! What a start this is for the Lion City Sailors! They're 2 up.
Superb start here for LCS, and again robbed in midfield. Yase showing great body language there. One touch, second touch into the net. Lestien tried that early on in the game. And this time it works.
You just see with that replay that Zlatkovic was actually trying to push his midfielders a little bit further up. And Yase Hanapi, you mentioned the body language. That's shocking, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not right. You lose the ball and then make it right before you do something, and then that's take nothing away from the finish. Having said that, that's easy for Lestien, I think.
22 goals this season now. Lestien takes the lead in the race for the Golden Boot, one ahead of Ryo Taniguchi. Looking really shaky here, Tampines Rovers, unable to deal with this constant pressure being put on them by the Lion City Sailors.
Yeah, exactly, and sometimes you do wonder, because in the past, Shah and Nakamura always have time and space on the ball. Why don't teams do this sometimes? See what the effects are.
Good challenge from Joel Chu.
There again, Noradam losing it and then showing the desire to get it back in a position where, you know, you think, okay, never mind, let them have it. No, he goes for it. Brilliant from LCS.
Oh, it's not looking good for Tampines Rovers. We had a very poor start against Albrechts Niigata as well, conceding after something like 10 seconds of that match. It could have been 3-0 down. Penalty was saved by Ridwan. They were able to pull it back to 2-2. Eventually faded in the second half of that game. Here's Yasser. Yasser trying to make up for his error there with the Lestien goal.
He tried to go for the far corner, a curler into the back of the net. Does well to control this, going past Van Huysen. He uses that run as a decoy. Way too high, the finish. Very good run on the outside, or in the inside rather. Faris Ramli.
Well, the Lion City Sailors have averaged 3 goals a game this season. Well, Tampines have averaged just under 2 per match, 1.9 goals per game for them. And for Tampines, they have actually scored in every game this season in the league, the only side to do that. Lion City Sailors scoring in every game except for the one against Albrechts Niigata where they lost 4-0. Zlatkovic has almost sold that. Shazwan's short there.
The passes are so tentative, and that's got to do with confidence as well. It's a late challenge. Lionel on Shah.
Yellow card. First one of the game going to Lionel Tan.
Yeah, a little Not necessary that. Hey, it's so clear, very blatant from Lionel. Didn't need to do that. The referee was right with the decision.
26-year-old picking up just his second booking of the season. Nakamura onto Faris. Glenn Quay sees his pass cut out by Lionel Tan. Yamashita just leaves that behind. Živkovic was fired into Lestien, a little bit too high for him to do much with. Did his best, trying to get it into Lopez. It's Van Huysen. Wow. Somehow Tampines have won a free kick there.
Yeah, I think he got a toe to the ball, Van Huysen. Probably just the follow through that caught Yase. Just take a look at this. There you go. It's the follow through. It can't be a foul there. That was a touch. Should be okay, and he is.
Let's just say Yase Anapi was using all his experience there to win a free kick.
Exactly.
Faris has the potential to be a real game changer for Tampines Rovers.
Faris' touch, superb first touch, was out of his feet quickly, going past a man already with that first touch.
Nice turn from Živkovic, away from Nakamura. Lestien, away from Glenn Quay. He's having real difficulty dealing with Maxime Lestien. Now, you know he's always looking to try and get it onto his left foot. Glenn Quay probably needs someone just tucking in on the inside of him, doesn't he?
Yeah, you're right, and that could come in the form of Zlatkovic or another midfielder. Because at the moment he's always cutting inside to his left, Maxime Lestien. And that's not to say that he can't go on his right, because he's done that many times as well in other games.
Shah gets it back from Joel Chu. Zlatkovic. He's having to work very hard here, Tampines Rovers, to try and progress the ball. Have a look at the spectators there in the library just above the pitch here at our Tampines hub.
Yep.
Right at the top of your screens, you can just about see crowd gathering there.
A wonderful view, isn't it, from there as well. Air conditioned.
There was a case of Spygate at one point.
Yeah.
From that library, wasn't there?
Yeah, exactly.
Come back to that in a bit. Anu, beautiful ball out to Lestien. What can he do with this? Looks for Razak. That's been cleared away by Yamashita. Here's Van Huysen. Just having to recycle it again. The Lion City Sailors now looking in control, very commanding. And playing against good opposition here.
Yeah, I think very right. You know, I think they have really come out and have one thing on their mind: win and win big.
There you go. That's the library at our Tampines hub.
Some still doing their reading.
Anu loses it. Shah picks up the loose ball. There's Faris. Joel Chu. Nakamura. You can see what he was trying to do. Eventually does make its way to Faris Ramli. Zlatkovic. Yamashita into Joel Chu. Still a long way to go in this match. Lion City Sailors such a threat in the counter-attacking situations, and Tampines are just going to have to advance themselves even further forward and take more risks the longer this goes on to try and get themselves back into the game.
And then might get caught out again by LCS, and here we go again. This time Daniel find a man. He goes down.
He was taken out off the ball there after he'd cleared it.
It's just the landing, I think. Was it a knock to the right ankle? He wants attention. Pass from Nakamura. Intercepted. It's Taufik Suparno, I think.
As Rankovic looking on, he'll be pretty pleased with what he's seen so far.
He should be very pleased with the way they've started this game, and this is the challenge again. I tell you what, that's a late challenge by Taufik. Left a foot in.
As Gavin Lee trying to spur his side on, wants to see a reaction from them. Doesn't have the greatest of records against the Lion City Sailors. 3 wins, 3 draws and 5 defeats in his 11 matches against the Lion City Sailors. You just have a look in the crowd. Kazuaki Yoshinaga is watching on, and he would have been hoping for a draw this evening.
Exactly.
So he'll be cheering on Tampines Rovers now.
Come on, Tampines.
Yoshinaga, the head coach of Albrechts Niigata. Sailors, if they win this, will be 5 points behind the league leaders with 2 games to go for them. 3 for Albrechts. Yamashita, look at how deep the Sailors are. Yamashita! Well, that was close. Almost doing a Lionel Tan there, Shuya Yamashita.
Yeah, very, very close indeed. And space, so much space and time. And the one time that there wasn't any closing down by an LCS player, tries to take advantage of the situation. Good shot. Just keep it on target here.
Well, if that was on target, I don't think Zafan would have stood a chance at saving it.
Yeah, he was scrambling.
That should provide Tampines Rovers with some encouragement.
Yeah, exactly. And they need a goal from somewhere, somehow. But still, as you said, still a long way to go.
Noradam runs into Joel Chu and Shah Shahiran. 2 of them able to recover possession. Taufik trying to get the better of Noradam. Unable to.
Well, they did come back against Albrechts from 2-0 down, Tampines. So they have that in the locker. Noradam strong as well in the challenge.
Well, 3 goals this season for Taufik Suparno, according to the Singapore Premier League official stats. Has scored against the Lion City Sailors already this season in that 4-3 win. Van Huysen. Lestien. Back to Van Huysen. That was poor, really. The time and space he did have to put a cross in. Worked hard to get himself into an advanced area of the pitch.
Yeah, he's disappointed in his cross as well. Should have done better.
And Tampines is inviting that pressure. Lost it again. Playing themselves into trouble once more. Lopez looking for options in the box. Harris. Able to get a cross in.
He did well to get any kind of cross in there. 2 men on him. Does well. Straight at the goalkeeper. Here comes Tampines.
2 wins and a draw for Tampines Rovers in their last 3 fixtures against the Lion City Sailors. They haven't lost to them since the 24th of July last year. 2-1 defeat on that occasion with goals from Song Hee-yong and Pedro Enrique for the Lion City Sailors. 1 for Taufik Suparno for Tampines. A lot of work to do to get themselves back in this one, though. Keep that unbeaten streak against the Lion City Sailors going. Here's Shah. Yamashita. Nakamura was quickly closed down by Živković initially. So they're able to work a little bit of space. Taufik. Closed down by Lionel Tan. And falls over cheaply.
Yeah, too easy. Taufik Suparno trying to win the penalty. He knows it as well. That was promising a little after some good play. Nakamura with the ball and Taufik there, you can see. Absolutely sure that wasn't a penalty at all.
Nakamura with the header. Lionel Tan helps it back upfield. Shah loses out to Harris. Over the top for Lestien! Off the post, Lestien! That's his hat-trick. 3-0 for the Lion City Sailors. They're absolutely running away with this.
Well, we're simply running out of things to say about this man here. This was a wonderful ball from Diego Lopez. Could he get there? Yes, he did. A little bit unlucky not to score the first time on the rebound. Look who's there again. But this was a very good ball from Diego Lopez. The weight of the ball as well sits up nicely for the attempted lob.
That's a beautiful pass from Lopez. I don't know if he's going to be credited with an assist for that, because the first effort came off the post. It's almost as if Lestien, with his 23 goals now and 18 assists, he's so good he can create chances for himself.
He plays a 1-2 with the post.
That's right.
Exactly.
23 goals this season for Maxime Lestien. That's absolutely incredible.
I said this a couple of weeks ago. Give him the play of the season already.
The goal was scored by the Lion City Steelers. Player number 7.
Well, there they go. 3 goals in a match once more. That's the average from this season for the Lion City Sailors. Keeping that up at the moment.
But you got to give credit also to Harris for that move, because he won it off Sharp. Strong in the challenge, and then passed it off to Diego with a wonderful pass.
They really have been all over the place, Tampines Rovers, defensively.
Yeah.
Yase's taken a knock.
This was the challenge. Shah with the header. Oh, that's clear foul by Noradam. Although he was going for the ball, a little bit overzealous there. With the landing as well. He did score a couple of weeks ago. I'll say, wonderful goal that he scored from a free kick.
Yeah, he has been in decent goal-scoring form for Tampines in recent weeks. Yase Hanapi, 7 in total for the season. Here's Nakamura. That's a real waste.
It's probably the lack of presence in there up top as well. You know, take nothing away from not disrespecting Taufik Suparno. You know, is that presence up top. Boris Kopicevic on the bench today, not fully fit.
It's very different, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you have Boris Kopicevic, okay, there's some talk about him just only scoring 15 goals this season.
Exactly.
By his high standards.
It's so difficult to mark him, you know, especially if you're touch tight and he rolls you. So big and strong.
Here's Lestien. Bends it into the path of Razak. Can only touch it on to Živkovic. Well, this is really more like it from the Lion City Sailors. More of what we expect from them.
Very much so. And even Živkovic today, I think he's, you know, you can see the difference as well. You know, players wanting it more.
He does look a lot more interested in this one. I think
that's the right word.
There have been a couple of games where we've sort of wondered whether he's really fully into it. Here come Tampines anyway, down the other end. Taufik Suparno. Save from Zafan.
Oh, that's a good ball from Joe Chu. Wonderful ball into the path of Taufik Suparno. He did the right thing, tried to go across Zafan. This was the ball. Good first touch from Taufik actually. Couldn't really beat Zafan from there.
Seven shots on target, 5 for the Lion City Sailors. As far as Ramli. Nicely done. Through the legs of Lionel Tan. Well, there is a decision to be made here because it looked like it might have been handball of Christopher Van Huysen.
Yeah, I think when he was going down, that was definitely handball. You can see it from here. But this was a great piece of skill. Just there you go. Oh, that. Now that's right, left hand and then right hand again. So it's a decision for the referee to make because it's so clear that's a handball. But whether, you know, it's brilliant from Faris there.
Now just to throw this in there because it will be asked, but could the view of that be, or could the interpretation of that be that it was a natural motion because he's sliding across and using his hand for support?
Well, you're right, but let's just say that he has been given before. We've seen it been given before, right? So it's a tough one. It's a tough one for VAR as well.
VAR in constant communication with the referee, asking for his perspective, what he saw, what he didn't see. They will then look at this incident here.
And Huysen's got that.
Well, we are going to have an on-field review. So he's been called over. Referee Farhat Mohammad. Now we await this decision.
But you got to say that was beautifully done from Faris there, just going past Lionel. Well, you got to take a pick there, the referee, because it's left hand and then right hand as well. So which one is intentional or you know, a natural position of the hands? It's so difficult for the referee now. Look at that, it's twice.
A matter of how he sees this one. Interpretation of this decision by Farhan Mohammad. He's sliding across, using his arm for support there. That's one way of looking at it.
But it's handball because I think he'll be given here.
There we go. Oh, he's stuck to his original call. It's a corner. Just a corner for Tampines Rovers.
Just as I was saying, it's a penalty.
Well, that is fascinating.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come back to it after this corner is delivered by Yasser Hanapi. Taufik Subarno, he climbed so well, and Zafan was caught in no man's land. Really unfortunate there.
This was an open header for Taufik. Great corner, whipped in. He didn't catch the header correctly there. The timing was all wrong. I think he probably rose a little bit too early. There you go. Caught the bottom or the top part of the ball. Ball bounces and goes over.
Well, it's certainly something, going back to that penalty call, something that's really debatable. I think from some people will be looking at that saying that should be a penalty, and then there'll be others who say it's that natural sort of motion, I guess. He needs his arm for that support. Here's Razak down the other end. And that effort really not worth discussing further.
He doesn't catch it cleanly here, Razak, after a good ball. But yeah, just going back to your point, I would have I mean, I'm not a referee, but I would have given a penalty because the left hand, as Faris was cutting inside, the left hand goes across and stops him from beating him, actually, right? And stops the ball from going past him, and that's probably why I would give a penalty for Tampines.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be looked at in the halftime analysis as well, with Shashi Kumar and Colette Wong. Stick around for that one.
Would you be a referee, Roshan?
I wouldn't mind giving it a go, actually. Don't think I'd be very good, but it'll be a lot of fun. Ryan Sanizal. Oh, to Faris. Here's Faris again. Cholchu. Nakamura. Yasser. That shot is deflected off Bailey Wright for another corner. Some martial arts going on in the background there. It really is a uniquely Singaporean venue, our Tampines hub. Yasser Hanapi with the delivery. Headed away by Bailey Wright. Minimum of 2 minutes to be added on. Glenn Quay gets it back in once more. Zafan misreading it. That's twice now he's been caught out underneath balls into the box. Corner taken quickly. Lestien did some good work on the defensive side of things. Easily past Joel Chu. He's got a runner in the form of Diego Lopez, who could go all the way here. Lopez into the box. Set up for Razak! Off the post! How has he missed that?
Well, an almost perfect goal again. Well worked. Diego Lopez, so unselfish. He could have finished that off. Decided to lay it off to a plate for Razak. Does everything right, but the ball hits the post.
Let off the hook there, Tampines. Quick break from the Lion City Sailors, almost making it 4. Should have been 4. Put it on by Razak. Flag has stayed down for the moment. Could be outnumbered here once again, Tampines Rovers. Lestien. Lopez. Lopez this time just goes himself.
You just look at the players up top. I'm not talking about Tampines, I'm talking about the LCS players, the attacking players. Just run themselves to the ground, making 50, 60-yard dashes, sprints. Diego Lopez with the final effort.
Lestien has just gone and had a lie down. I mean, he deserves one.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant goal, and Kunori's got 4, and you never know today.
Well, that's it. It's half-time here at our Tampines hub, and a half-time, a first half rather, of complete domination from the Lion City Sailors. Maxime Lestien, he looks shattered. He needs a little bit of a breather in that half-time break. Scored a hat-trick in the 45 to put the Lion City Sailors well in control of this one. Tampines Rovers have looked shell-shocked. They've looked all over the place defensively. And the Lion City Sailors have been really up for it and have been able to capitalize on all of that. At halftime here, it's the Lion City Sailors 3, Tampines Rovers 0.
Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the SPL studio. If you've just joined us, well, you've missed an absolute cracker of a first half, especially if you're an LCS fan. The Sailors lead 3-0 at halftime. All 3 goals scored by that magical wizard called Maxime Lestien. Have you enjoyed that first half?
Absolutely. I think they were at the races right from the start. LCS, they were brilliant. Defensively very solid. They pressed high up the pitch. They didn't let Tampines play at all. The playmakers, Nakamura and Shah. So, an outstanding game for LCS so far. I think it's the best they've played so far.
Yeah. Well, as you mentioned, intensity right from the very start. Let's take a look at the highlights and you'll see exactly what we're talking about here. This was right at the start of the match. 3rd minute. Have a look at that. Pressing high, and Lestien almost produces some magic.
Exactly, and that was all due to the press, the high press. Nakamura forced to make a mistake, and then Maxime Lestien does what he does. A brilliant effort, first-time effort. The speed of thought. I talked about it just now. It's so good from Lestien.
And then Lion City Sailors, out of nothing, would take the lead, and it was that man we've been talking about, Maxime Lestien, with his 21st goal of the season.
And again, it's so much time and space given to him, and a player of his caliber especially, he goes out wide and then cuts inside to his favorite left foot, and from then on, time and space. And then if you give him that, he's always going to do that, and he's got that, that brilliance in him and the arrogance as well. And look at that finish right in the corner.
Now, you would have thought that would have woken Tampines Rovers out of their slumber.
Yeah.
And then in the 90th minute, this happens.
And funny, just before that, you can already see Yasi not happy about something, them playing out, not happy about something. And then Yamashita plays him a ball that's probably not the best. Look at the challenge from Maxime Lestienne. And this was all about Lestienne. He finishes it off brilliantly for his second of the night.
Yeah, it was a rather soft pass by Yamashita, but he would try to make up for that in the 31st minute. Have a look at this belter.
Yeah, this was a good effort. And anything inside the post, that would have been a goal 2-1 for them and could have changed things a little bit. As soon as he received the ball, and I spoke about this, time and space, given, invited for a shot, and he does that.
Now, LCS could have put this game to bed at the stroke of half-time. How did this not go in? Oh no, this is the hat trick.
This was the goal.
This was the hat trick by Maxime Lestienne. Fantastic. 3-0.
This was made by Harris, I gotta say.
Yeah.
He wins the ball off Shah, plays it off to Diego with a wonderful ball over the top for Maxime Lestienne, and who plays a 1-2 with the post and then scores his third and his hat trick for the night.
Yeah, that 1-2 with the post coming in handy there. Doesn't come in quite so handy here in this attempt by Lion City Sailors, but we're nitpicking. Have a look at this pass to Abdul Razak.
This was, again, as I said, almost a perfect goal. That run from Lestienne, he puts through Diego Lopez on the left. Very unselfish from Diego Lopez. Why not shoot? No, he puts it for Razak, who is a little bit unlucky, but he should have made it 4.
Well, it is 3-0 at half-time, and as you can tell, the Lion City Sailors have been dominating. Tampines have had their chances, though, but what do these stats tell you?
Yeah, few and far between in terms of the shots, but Lion City Sailors, if we talk about the chances, shots on goal, shots on target, it doesn't matter. It's the way they've gone about doing their business. It has been brilliant right from the start. At the races, the mentality was brilliant from LCS.
So plenty of praise for Lion City Sailors. What do you have to say about Tampines and their defense?
I think they always have one way to play, which is try to play out from the back. And this was early on in the game as well. Very slow to come out for that corner kick. It was well worked, I gotta say, but again, not at the races. And this one again, they always do this. They want to play out from the back as much as possible, but sometimes you got to vary the way you play, and you are playing into LCS hands right now. So what you do, maybe what they can do is just play a shot from the back, and then when there's a press, play out, play long, play long for someone. But at the moment, even if you do play long, who have they got to hold up play? Maybe they've got Taufik in there. So that's why I was talking about Boris Kapetovic as well. I think they're sorely lacking someone who's big, strong, who can hold up play from longer balls as well. That's what they've been missing, Tampines.
Well, it remains to be seen whether or not we see Boris Kapetovic come on in the second half. Tampines really could have done with a goal. They thought they had a penalty, and this was an incident that happened late in this first half. You thought, Shasi, I heard you say that this was a penalty, but the referee disagreed.
Yeah, I thought if I was the referee, I would, that first one with the left hand, because when Faris pushed it on to his right hand side, he cut inside. The ball was already past or going to pass Van Huysen, right? So as he comes across, he stops the ball from actually going across to him. So that's, for me, you are stopping the ball from going across you, and that's a penalty. But take your pick, because it could have happened, with the left hand, with the right hand as well. But the referee made his decision. So, and Roshan said it as well. His hands was in a natural position while sliding for the ball. So that could be it as well. So I would have given a penalty, but I'm not the referee.
Well, very unlucky for Tampines. What does Gavin Lee now say to his boys to try and come back from this 3-0 deficit?
It's a tough one, isn't it? 3-0, 2-0 maybe a chance, 3-0, that's going to be tough, but they've got to keep on going at it. Maybe, like I said, try to vary it. Put in Kapetovic, maybe, risk him. I don't know. It's a tough call for Gavin. He's still got 2 more games after this. Put him on, and then see where he goes from there. Play it long sometimes.
Well, it's a blockbuster Friday night in the Singapore Premier League, because we do have another game going on right now at the Jalan Besar Stadium. No goals in that one. It is 0-0 between Hougang United and Brunei DPMM. 3 goals, however, over at our Tampines hub. Are we going to see more goals in the second half?
I'm sure the way things are going, the way Tampines are playing the game, and the way LCS are going about doing their business, I see more goals, and maybe Lestian for another 2 goals.
Yeah, he looked a little bit exhausted towards the end of that first half, but we'll see whether the little magician can produce more magic in the second half. In this match between Tampines Rovers and Lion City Sailors, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the second half. Rish Roshan Rai and Shasi Kumar, your commentators. Stay with us.
We are back at our Tampines hub. Just a little bit of delay on the coverage. Apologies for that technical issue. Back in action here. Lion City Sailors leading 3-0 against Tampines Rovers. Maxime Lestien with the first half hat-trick. They were all over the Tampines Rovers side. Shasi. As we get ready for this free kick. One of Kyoga Nakamura. Oh, Yase Hanapi stepping up to take this.
Yeah, I think what they would want now is a clean sheet as well.
Well, there's been a change. Boris Kopitovic has come on for Taufik Suparno. Obviously feel it's worth taking that risk with Boris Kopitovic coming in. They do have an AFC Cup playoff match coming up with Tampines Rovers. Played into the area. Let's come off the head of Zlatkovic. It will be a goal kick.
Zlatkovic with that last touch. He's trying to go for goal. Good ball in from Yase. Yeah, just couldn't direct that one. To go.
Shasi, what do you want to see in this second half from Tampines Rovers, and what are you expecting to see from the Lion City Sailors?
Well, obviously with Kopitovic in there, there's a different kind of, balls that you can play to him. I think play to his feet, and sometimes what they can do is play long as well, because LCS, they have been susceptible to those balls over the top, with Bailey and Lionel in there. Even the last game against Balestier, those long straight balls over the top can hurt them. So maybe they should just try to vary the way they go forward. As for LCS, it's a foul given. Double whammy there for Yase. First was Bailey Wright and then his defensive partner.
Another free kick to defend here. Another one played in by Yase. It was over the head of Yamashita, eventually cleared by Lionel Tan. Yase switches it out to Joel Chu. Shah. Yamashita to Shah. Ryan. Shah. To exchange passes with Yase. Referee thought about blowing for a free kick, decided against it in the end. Play continues. Possession back with the home side.
Yeah, Yase not for the first time trying to win the free kick. Still stays down. And this time I do feel that there was really contact on him. A little bit unlucky there. Faris with the ball now. Really put it out. Decided not to.
It's going to carry on. Does eventually go out. Nakamura takes it quickly. Here is Kopitovic. Then Kwe. Trying to build something down the left-hand side here, Tampines Rovers. Then Kwe. Pushes in field. Touched on by Kopitovic. Joel Chu. Harris was there. Did his job well.
Yeah, just stronger against Joel Chu there. We're losing out on that physical aspect of the game.
It was almost a perfect first half for the Lion City Sailors, wasn't it? And that's something that rarely happens in football.
I think so too. And it's not the way they were good on the ball possession-wise. I think it's the overall mentality of the players. They came out fighting, wanted it more perhaps. The hunger was there. The attitude was spot on. And of course, the way they played, going forward, they just were clinical.
Yase, time and space to turn. And we saw Lion City Sailors employing a very aggressive pressing game in the first half. They are looking to sit back a little bit more in the second. Understandably so. Here's Glenn Kwe.
Yeah, the final delivery wasn't good at all from Glenn. did well to actually find a little bit of space to put the ball in against Van Huysen. Just overplayed that cross.
Maxime Lestienne. Star of the night, star of the season.
Yeah, just going past Shah. Shah with a challenge on him. Just more frustration than anything else.
Tampines have lost just twice at home this season. Both games finishing 3-2 in favour of the opposition. First home defeat was actually their first defeat of the season. That was to Balestier Khalsa. Most recent home loss was to Geylang International. Zlatkovic almost losing it to Lestienne. Really wasn't a very good pass out from Joel Chu into Ryan Sanizal. To hang on to it. Kopitovic. There's Joel Chu. Shah. Nakamura. He's looking for Yase. Van Huysen. Took up a good position. Maxime Lestienne. Beautiful switch of play out to the far side. Lots of green ahead of him here, Norada, to push forward into. Zlatkovic. Wasn't a very good clearance. Fell straight to Živkovic.
Not the best of finishes there from Živkovic. Needed to put it low. This ball in was behind the defense there. It was Ryan Sanizal. The best of efforts there.
Well, Lion City Sailors looking to make it 3 wins in a row for just the second time this season. Looking well positioned to do so. There's Joel Chu. Off Lionel Tan into Forrest. Save from Zafan at his near post. Danger not over yet for the Sailors. Here's Shah. Doesn't catch that cleanly, Shah.
Lionel got lucky there. He wasn't sure about his control and clearance there as the ball comes across from Joel Chu. There you go. Just hits his right thigh. Faris didn't hit it cleanly. Well, probably going out wide. And then Shah with the final effort.
Yasir turns quickly, trying to find Kopitovic, but Lionel Tan was there. Živkovic. He wasn't happy with that challenge from Ryan Sanizal.
Yes, they can afford to do this the whole 45 minutes or the whole second half. Don't have to force the issue.
They've got this ability as well to go through the gears very quickly. That was smart from Lestienne. Just left the ball behind a little bit. He's been caught by Zlatkovic.
Yeah, I think he was on the follow through. Because initially, he just thought that he would have gotten past Zlatkovic there. It's that toe, isn't it? It says that he's been stepped on. Yeah, just caught that left foot. Another good ball from Diego Lopez. He'd catch him actually.
Change in approach for Lion City Sailors in this second half. It's about managing the game at times, trying to keep the ball away from Tampines Rovers.
And they can afford to defend a little bit deeper, invite that possession for Tampines and then try to catch them on the break.
Frizio's just making sure that Lestien is going to be able to continue. Looks like he will be all right. Set to rejoin the action. To get back underway, there he is, Maxime Lestien. Here's Faris Ramli. Yasser Hanapi has gone down off the ball. Coming together there between Lionel Tan and Yasser Hanapi.
Faris decides to let it go for a corner.
Corners for Tampines Rovers. Haven't yet been able to make any of those count. Goes deep. They might make this one count, and they do. Milos Zlatkovic pulls one back for the home side. That's his first goal of the season. And Tampines continue the streak of being the only side in the league to score in every game this campaign.
I just spoke about them not making use of the corner kicks. They've made one count here. Just getting one goal back. And, LCS will be very annoyed with this. It's a good goal, good header. I think he was just in front of him was Harris and Bailey Wright. Good header.
Well, that will give Tampines Rovers quite a bit of a lift.
Yeah.
Some encouragement as they try and work their way back into this game. And I wonder if this gives the Lion City Sailors players just something to think about. There's Joel Chu. Yasser Hanapi. First time cross for Kubitovic.
This could be an exciting final 30 minutes of the game here. If they do get one goal, just imagine the lift it will give the fans and the players. That is a half chance. You can see as well his reaction there. Kubitovic. At least put it on target. He got underneath the ball.
Got himself into a really good position. Boris Kubitovic doesn't actually have a very good goal-scoring record against the Lion City Sailors. Just 3 goals in his 11 previous appearances against them. Zlatkovic, the goal scorer for the home side. Look at how quickly he gets back up.
Yeah, trying to call on the referee there, Zlatkovic. Farad standing firm there.
He's having to go back at Milos Zlatkovic. Razak shields the ball. Yamashita gets a foot on it. As they're trying to get around Harris. Here's Faris Ramli. Ball from Harris on the turn. A difficult one for Živković to really take down and get under control. And Sanizal seems to have hurt his ankle.
That's a weird one because there's no challenge on him. He just cleared the ball out, and then probably the landing on his left ankle. Let's take a look at this one again. That's there. It's just went inwards there, the left ankle.
Strange one, might have just jarred it. As Kevin Lee looks on, he'll be hoping he doesn't need to think about making a change on the right side of that back line.
Yeah, especially a defensive one.
19-year-old Adam Rifty, who will be quite comfortable playing in that fullback position. We have seen Gavin Lee get pretty creative with his squad and his setup. Quite willing to put in a midfielder into that area of the pitch.
Well, Glenn obviously is one of them who's usually, before this season at least, a more attacking player.
Yeah, that's right, attacking player with the Young Lions as they came through. And he's played pretty much all this season at a left back for Tampines Rovers.
For the national team as well, when he started games.
Not his favourite position, as he's mentioned as well, but it has given him a way into the Singapore national team, as you've mentioned. Here's Anu. Clever ball out to Nur Adam. A low cross for Razak. Zlatkovic read the run well.
Intelligent ball from Manu, and then a very good ball as well from Nur Adam, I've got to say. A stiff grounder looking for Razak on the near post. Zlatkovic does well there.
Substitution for Lion City Sailors. Player number 21, Abdul Razak Akim, is being replaced by player number 27.
Change coming up here for the Lion City Sailors. Abdul Razak is going to be coming off. He's going to be replaced by Adam Swandi.
Yeah, this probably means that Živković will be playing in a more central role. Let's take a look at where he goes into.
Here's Faris running into Van Huysen. Anu tries to release Živković early. He's left his shin pad behind. Keep going. Yamashita now to Glenn Quay, immediately closed down by Adam Swandi. They've been squeezed in once more.
Yeah, it's a good start from Adam Swandi coming in, and probably that's his first action, trying to close down on Glenn on this left-hand side.
Change for Tampines Rovers now. Well, a double change about to be made for Tampines Rovers. The first one is going to be Saifullah Akbar coming on for Joel Chew.
Replaced by player number 20, Saifullah Akbar.
And the second one is Adam Rifty on for Ryan Sanizal.
Player number 73, Ryan Sanizal, is being replaced by player number 62, Adam Rifty.
Adam Rifty back in Tampines Rovers side, having spent some time with the Young Lions recently. Beaten easily by Maxime Lestien. Fresh legs on the right hand side of that Tampines Rovers setup with Adam Rifty and Saifullah Akbar there.
There's Saifullah taking over Joel Chu's position. He has been quiet in this game. Very difficult game to really put a stamp on, especially if you're a Tampines player so far. Good header from Bailey Wright.
There's Adam Rivdi. Zlatkovic. Taking a risk with that pass, Milos Zlatkovic. Easily cut out by Haris Harun. Christopher Van Huysen has to get rid of it under pressure from Faris Ramli. Finds a flick on by Diego Lopez. Possession back with Tampines Rovers. Here is Faris. Well, capable of producing something special. They will need him for the rest of this match. Glenkwe, Nakamura. Many blue shirts in his way at the moment. Closing ranks here very well under Lion City Sailors. It's Faris. Falls for Shah. Yase. Penalty! No hesitation from the referee, Farhad Mohammad. Bailey Wright says it come off his chest. It's a yellow card. No hesitation with the yellow card as well. He seems absolutely convinced, Farhad Mohammad, that that was a penalty.
Yeah, exactly. And this ball comes across from Shah. It's a first-time effort from Yase. Let's take a look at this again, where his hand was. It's down on... Again. It's a difficult one again, but it's a handball. Definitely hits his right hand.
Second yellow card of the season for Bailey Wright. This will obviously be looked at as well. Well, they were denied a penalty in the first half. Tampines Rovers for what we thought would have been
more obvious
penalty for handball, and this one here it's been given. His arm wasn't extended away from his body, so it's an interesting one because it's one of those things where you wonder what he's supposed to do with that.
Yeah, it's another one of those things, right? That maybe just slightly away from his body, but again, where are you supposed to? You know, it's kind of like you're trying to block a shot.
And the distance as well, it's kind of fired into him, isn't it? From close range. Well, listen, an important consideration here is whether that is enough for an overturn. It needs to be clear and obvious.
Yep. And still waiting on that. Well, lifeline, isn't this one? If it's given.
It's been confirmed, has it? Well, he's just getting everyone to get out of the penalty area. I think it's still being checked. We haven't had confirmation as to whether there is going to be a review just yet. Yep, there is going to be a review now. There we go.
Well, at the end of the day, it's just looking for the right decision. I would say it's harsh. Distance was one, and the other thing is where he's supposed to put his hands. It's a tough one.
Well, it's a game that's been full of talking points.
Yeah.
I mean, from a neutral's perspective, a goal here for Tampines Rovers would be absolutely brilliant.
And what they're saying is hit the sleeve of the right arm.
Well, It's one of those situations again where, and I know for a fact, Shasi, you hate it when defenders have to go about their work with their arms behind their back, and that shouldn't be the case. You need to use your arms as a footballer.
And I think Bailey Wright has done the right thing here. He hasn't gone in with his arms behind his back or anything like that. He's just trying to probably block a shot which he didn't even expect from that distance. So he got to take that into account as well. And for me, it's not a penalty.
Well, let's see if referee Farhad Mohammed agrees with you this time.
Oh, it's a long wait, this one.
Well, he's taking a while with this. He wants to be absolutely sure in his mind that he's made the right call, having look after look at it. I mean, is it a clear and obvious error? Again, you go back to that, and if it's been given, could it be understandable as well why it's been given?
Yeah, it is understandable because it hits the hand. It's simple as that, right? But again, for me, this clear and obvious error thing, it's
a penalty. It's been given. He stuck to his decision, and I'm sorry, Shasi, but for the second time he's disagreed with you.
Oh, it's a big call, but it doesn't matter what we think, because right now LCS from 3-0 up, they could go to 3-2. And the Albrechts are the team now who's the most probably happy with the decision made there.
Boris Krpitovic has scored 15 goals this season. 6 of them have been penalties. He hasn't scored in his last 3 appearances for Tampines Rovers. Here he is. Well, his last 2, I should say. Here he is, stepping up for this one, up against Zafan. Krpitovic! Beautifully put away. And they're back in this. Tampines Rovers, it's 3-2 here at our Tampines Hub. What a game this is turning out to be.
It's game on, and just look at the Tampines fans. They are happy, and why not? It's going to be a great finish to this game. Makes no mistake. It's difficult to stop this one. Right in the corner.
Big moment. Well, Boris Krpitovic was brought on at half-time to replace Taufik Suparno. As the left shoulder heavily strapped up.
That electrifying goal was scored by the big bad wolf himself. Player number 9, Boris!
Well, it's a 3-2. And remember that stat from earlier I was telling you about? Well, I'll come back to it in a bit. After this change, Zulkarnain Suzliman has come on for Christopher Van Huysen.
Yeah, it's a straight swap. Van Huysen for, or rather Zul for Van Huysen.
Norana. Well, both of Tampanese's home defeats this season, ending 3-2. We have that. I think we set up for at least another goal, perhaps, with the way it's been going. Land City Sailors have to respond as well now.
I think so. And, well, the funny thing is they haven't played badly, the LCS. And Tampines in the second half.
In by Lopez, straight into the arms of Shazwan. There was a kick out there by Adam Swandi, it looked like. And a quick release, Shah. Faris.
The atmosphere here is superb.
Brilliant atmosphere at our Tampines Hub, and the home fans have something to shout about now.
And Lestian's not going to get that from the pass. Diego Lopez. And suddenly Tampines, they've got their tails up.
Well, only one of Tampines' 3 defeats this season has actually come against a top 3 side. That was the Albrechts in that 6-3 defeat. It's dropping points against the so-called lesser sides of the league that's really hurt them this campaign in terms of a title challenge. Živković is in behind. Into the area, Živković! Lovely finish by Rishairo Živković. His 3rd of the season. That 2-goal cushion is back now for the Lion City Sailors, to the delight of their fans.
Well, it was a straight ball behind the defense, behind Zlatkovic. And Živković, that was Adam Swandi, the substitute. Ball over the top of Zlatkovic. Good control, and then just low and hard. And Shazwan Buhari probably could and should have done better on the near post. Good finish though. Did well to keep the ball under control. Only one thing on his mind. Just keep it low and hard and be precise about it. He did just that.
There's far too much pace for Zlatkovic to deal with. Milos Zlatkovic has been in and out of the side in recent weeks, struggling with a little bit of injury. Yase goes down.
Again, going for the fall there, but great play from Yase.
Saifullah. No, we spoke about Lion City Sailors needing to show a bit of a reaction, and they have.
Yeah, exactly. It would be so easy to, put your head down, winning 3-0 or taking the lead 3-0 and then going, conceding those 2 goals.
Well, Tampines Rovers have lost 3 games this season, and in all of them they have conceded at least 3 goals. There could be more here. Here's Norada. This cross is blocked by Yamashita. Živković so going to try and attack the near post. Hanu. Now we have a goal at Jalan Besar. Georgi Maksimovic. He's been a good run of goal scoring form for Hougang. Opening the scoring for them against DPMM.
Foul by Lionel on Fares.
That's poor from Yase. Lestien. Good challenge from Yamashita. Well timed. It's Norada. Good strong play from Norada. It's away from Yase and away from Adam Rivdi. Struggling to deal with him. Adam Swandi. Živković. Well, it's turned into an accidental assist for Adam Swandi, but he won't care. Neither will the Lion City Sailors. Živković gets another one here to make it 5-2.
Well, everything's happening in this game. It's end-to-end stuff. And it all started after Yase giving the ball away. But great work by Noor Adam on that left-hand side. So strong on the ball. A nice cutback as well. And Lestien hoping to get an assist there. No, the assist goes to Adam Swandi, who actually went for a shot. Very casually done that by Lestien, but Živković makes it 4 goals to his tally.
Pretty sure that's a shot at goal from Adam Swandi.
I'm sure too.
Živković on hand to put that away. He's had a good game.
Yeah.
Lion City Sailors, player number 34, Rishairo Živković.
4 goals this season now for Živković. Glenn Quay. Faris just taken down there.
I think Harris has a point there. Yes, he didn't touch him. Let's take a look at the replays again on Faris Ramli. The ball from Glenn Quay. Just clipped it forward. I can't see from there, obviously.
Harris is asking whether it was for a foul that he committed. Don't think you're going to see it from this angle as well.
Yeah, I think he was the closest one there, Harris. So it's a good position. Maybe a little bit too close. The wall in there. Probably this is the best one.
And this is the one.
It's very soft, isn't it? Very, very soft. Well, take a pick here. There's three men there. Nakamura has been pretty quiet in this game. Petrovic and Yase. A little bit of cushion here for LCS, at least this time around. 5-2 up.
That deficit to 3 goals. It's a really poor effort from Yase. Glenn Quay fires it back in. No problems for the Lion City Sailors.
Yeah, very poor effort there from Yase. He was going wide anyway. Way wide, and Glenn with the effort which goes way over the bar.
"30 shots in this game, 15 each. In general, it's been pretty even actually between these two sides ever since the Sailors were founded in 2020. 11 fixtures coming into this one. Sailors with 5 wins, Tampines with 3 wins, and the 3 draws between these two. I don't think there's any real doubt about this result now. Lion City Sailors are headed towards the 6th win against the Tampines Rovers.
Yeah, Tampines still looking to go forward and probably get maybe a goal back here. Ball from Nakamura.
Well, Sailors come into this in really good away form. Lost just one of their last 8 away matches. Here's Shah. And Rifdi gets himself out of trouble really well. That's been left by Yase into Faris. Good save from Zafan, touched over.
Well, take a bow, Adam Rifdi. He went past 3 players there. Diego Lopez, Lestienne and Harris. And then Faris cutting inside his man, going for a shot. I think there was definitely a touch there from Zafan. Good save.
Yasser doesn't find anyone but the blue shirt in Adam Swandi. Zlakovic. Saifullah. Shah turns it over. Here come the Lion City Sailors again. Maxime Lestienne on a hat-trick. Can he make it 4? He's denied another by Shazwan Buhari.
Oh, that was a beautiful ball from Diego Lopez. Just played him through. So much time and space. Probably that's why he didn't score. Shazwan does well.
Živkovic. Anu. He's Lestien. Zulkarnain. There's Diego Lopez. Zlatkovic in the way. Živkovic. There's Adam Swandi. Shout of Ole from the Lion City Sailors fans, ringing out around the ground here at our Tampines hub. We've come to the home of the enemy and put in a commanding performance for the most part. Tampines have played their part as well.
Yeah, exactly. Just for a moment there in that game, you thought after scoring that second goal for Tampines, maybe they stand or stood a chance, but just blown them away again. The way they've come forward and attacked, and very, very clinical in front of goal.
Mashita. Nakamura out to Kwe. As Faris. Nakamura again tries to pick out Kapitovic. Good defensive header from Bailey Wright.
Great defensive header from Wright. Knew Kapitovic was just behind him. Needed to get it right. Good ball in from Nakamura.
Played in by Shah to the end of Yamashita. It's going to go just wide. A couple of changes coming up for the Lion City Sailors. Norada was one of those set to come on to be replaced by Hafiz Noor. The other change will see Diego Lopez coming off. And he will be replaced by Hami Shaheen.
Player number 10, Diego Lopez, is being replaced by player number 16, Hami Shaheen.
Confirmation of that. Hami Shaheen on for Diego Lopez. Hafiz Noor is in there as well. It might be just a bit of a reshuffle here. Hafiz Noor just have to come out to right back as he just swaps positions with Zulkarnain and Suzliman. And we'll go out onto the left. Anu strong in the challenge there up against Yasser Hanapi, who stayed down, clutching his face. We didn't see anything wrong with that. Taking a chance there, Shazwan getting away with it.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 6 minutes of added time.
A minimum of 6 minutes to be played here at OTH. I just sense that frustration creeping in. Some of the Tampines Rovers players. Ramli having a little bit of a kick out at Haris Harun. Further reaction to that. Shaheen, his heavy first touch. Now Zlatkovic to put a challenge in. Nakamura. Now to Faris. Saifullah. It's it from Kapitovic. He's managed to win a corner for his side. Just about keeps himself onside. Flag had stayed down anyway. gone all the way through. Good delivery from Yasser Hanapi. Mashita just unable to get his head on that. Just whipped in. There's Zulkarnain. Let's come off Saifullah for a goal kick. Headed towards 3 wins in a row now, the Lion City Sailors. Second time they've done that this season. For Tampines, 3 defeats in a row in the league for the first time since August 2021. Losing this will mean they fall 4 points behind the Lion City Sailors in the race for second. Still 2 games to go for both these sides after this fixture. Lion City Sailors in a very commanding position. Maybe favourites to take second spot. Kazuaki Yoshinaga will know what his Albrechts Niigata side will have to do in the next match. The Sailors still keeping the title race alive for another match week at least with this result. We'll cut that gap between themselves and Albrechts Niigata to 5 points. There's Yasser. Tampines next in action on the 18th of this month against DPMM. Lion City Sailors, they take on Hougang United at Jalan Besar on the 13th of August. For finishing up with the game against Geylang International. There's Lestien. Gives it to Hafiz. Could be a 6th here for the Lion City Sailors. It's all fallen apart in recent match weeks for Tampines Rovers. A defeat to title rivals in Albrechts Niigata 6-3 the last time out. Another heavy defeat here, 5-2 as it stands. 3 losses in a row, beginning with that Eastern Derby defeat to Geylang International. Probably will have to settle for 3rd place in the SPL this season. 2020 was the last time that Tampines actually finished 2nd in the league. Behind Albrechts Niigata in that shortened campaign. It was also the last time the Sailors finished 3rd in the competition. As Anu tries to get his name on the score sheet. Go off for a corner to the away side. Živkovic, Lestien. That's for the overhead effort. The combination of the goal scorers for the Lion City Sailors this evening. Živkovic onto Lestien. 2 of them have torn Tampines Rovers apart. To the final few seconds of this match. Well, the heaviest defeat of Gavin Lee's Tampines career was a 6-1 loss to the Lion City Sailors on the 21st of September 2021. Not really into that territory. But Rankovic has come out on top in his first meeting against Gavin Lee. And it's full time here at our Tampines hub. The Lion City Sailors have extended their lead over Tampines in that fight for second place to 4 points. They've closed that gap between themselves and top Sport Albrechts Niigata to just 5 now. 2 games left in the league for the Lion City Sailors. A very impressive performance here, away to a fierce rival. And they were dominant for most of this match. Maxime Lestienne with a hat-trick in the first half, giving them a 3-0 lead going into the second. Tampines Rovers made it interesting, pulled it back to 3-2. And goals from Milos Zlatkovic and Boris Kapitovic. But the Lion City Sailors then regained control and ran away with it thanks to Rishairo Živkovic. It finishes here at our Tampines hub. The Lion City Sailors 5, Tampines Rovers 2.
Oh, what an absolute treat that was for the fans inside our Tampines hub, as well as the fans watching inside the Tampines library as well. A 7-goal thriller, a 5-2 victory for Lion City Sailors, and such an entertaining match. Congratulations to the Lion City Sailors. Tampines Rovers really giving them a little bit of a fight in the second half, but Lion City Sailors just ran away with it after that.
Exactly, yeah, you're right about that little scan, that second half when they scored 2 goals. But it was a brilliant all-round performance from LCS, you know, right from the get-go. And this is how it all started in that first half. It was all about this man here in that first half. Maxime Lestienne cutting inside Glenn Quaid, players standing off him, and then a great finish into the top corner or the bottom corner.
And Lestienne with that goal in the 9th minute. There was a difference in style in how they played in the first and second half. A lot of high pressing here from the Lion City Sailors side, leading to Lestienne's 3 first half goals.
Exactly. You know, I think they came out having a plan, and the plan was to press high up the pitch, stop players like Nakamura, Shah from playing out, and this was one example. You know, they pressed high up the pitch, Lestienne winning the ball off that poor pass, a short ball to Yase, and then there was only one end to this one, a chance and a goal as well.
Yeah, we'll talk about defensive lapses by Tampines Rovers maybe a little bit later on, but that really was a terrible mistake by Yasser Hanapi. Wonderful finish, though, by Maxime Lestienne, his 2nd goal of the game, and this was his 3rd, his hat-trick.
Yeah, exactly, and it was all about Harris winning the ball. Again, high press, winning it from Shah in the middle, and then Diego Lopez. He does what he does best with a beautiful assist, but sadly that's not an assist because the assist came from the goalpost. And Maxime Lestienne, what can't he do? Because he can score goals and then he plays a 1-2 with the goalpost.
Yeah, 3 goals for Maxime Lestienne, bringing his tally to 23 this season. And finally in the second half, in the 58th minute, Tampines Rovers finally get the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, this was the beginning of the comeback of sorts. You know, a straightforward corner. Where was the marking? It was a straightforward header by Zlatkovic, and he puts it into the back of the net. And you think, yeah, maybe there's a chance here.
Well, a chance here as well for Tampines Rovers to take to go 2 goals here. What did you think of this decision by the referee to give handball?
Yeah, firstly, they got a bit lucky with Shah receiving the ball from an attempted interception from Harris, and then this shot from so close, the distance as well. I just couldn't agree with that one, but given. And it doesn't matter because it ends up into the back of the net. Boris Kapitovic scoring his 16th.
His 16th goal, absolutely right. And Tampines Rovers, the 2nd goal of the game. 3-2 to Lion City Sailors in the 73rd minute. Were we in for a comeback by Tampines? No, because have a look at this pass and the finish by Živkovic.
Yeah, actually this move actually started off from Živkovic's pass back for Adam Swandi, and then he just went past Zlatkovic. Zlatkovic lacking that pace to get to Živkovic, and then obviously he's still just recovering from an injury, Zlatkovic, and then just didn't have the pace to catch him. But take nothing away from Živkovic. I think he had a very, very good game. This was probably his best game for LCS. Yeah. He, you know, was at the races from the start and puts it away easily.
Any hopes that Tampines had of coming back were laid to rest in the 80th minute. Look at this move. Wonderful move by Lion City Sailors.
And I say a good all-round performance, and that shows as well. Nur Adam, very, very strong down that left-hand side, going past his man. And then there you go, going past Adam Rifdi. Very, very strong. And then that cutback, attempted assist by Lestat. He won't get an assist because that attempted shot by Adam Swandi went straight to Živkovic, who makes no mistakes.
So
second.
3 goals by Maxim Lestienne, 2 by Živkovic. 7 goals in this one as the Lion City Sailors run out 5-2 winners over Tampines Rovers and take one step closer to sealing second spot. But as we look at the stats, really not much difference between these two sides.
Yeah, exactly. You talk about the 18 shots as well, shots on target 8-6, and but at the end of the day, I think if you look at the overall performance of both these sides, I think it was a dominant display by LCS. The first half was near perfect, and then in the second half, maybe Tampines got a little bit lucky coming back into the game, but I thought LCS totally deserved this victory.
Now, in the pre-show, I asked you about Rankovic and whether you thought he had implemented his own philosophy into this Lion City Sailors side. I mean, he's only been in charge for 5 weeks, so maybe there wasn't enough time to do that. But did you see a difference in style of play in this Lion City side compared to the previous 6 games that they had played?
I totally thought that there was a difference, especially in that first half. They came out, defended high up the pitch. You can see Anu Mandan and Haris very high up, even with Diego Lopez in there, closing down on those 3 playmakers of Tampines. So that part they did well. And in the second half, they dropped back a little bit, because knowing that they're already 3-0 up, they can afford to do that. And yeah, you can see that happening now. Let's hope that they keep on going, because they still got 2 more games to go, and anything can happen, but still a long shot for the title.
Yeah, but still no clean sheet in 6 games for Lion City Sailors, so that's still work in progress for the Sailors side. 7 goals here, just 1 goal in the other match played earlier tonight at the Jalan Besar Stadium, finished at the same time. Hougang United, what a comeback it's been for them. Maksimovic here with the only goal of the match in the 73rd minute, and that's 4 wins in a row for the Cheetahs.
Exactly, and again Zulfami Arifin with a wonderful ball and a great assist here as well from Gabriel Quack. Oh, what a finish from Maksimovic, a bit of form as well for him.
As we take a look at the table, it's not quite done and dusted yet for Albirex Niigata. Lion City Sailors still have a mathematical chance of winning the league this season. Not in their favour at the looks of it, because Albirex Niigata have played a game less, and they also have a good 5-point lead over Lion City Sailors. Later tomorrow, we have another match coming up for you. It's a real battle between the bottom 2 sides, Tanjung Pagar United and Young Lions. You may not think there's much in this, ladies and gentlemen, but Tanjung Pagar United can actually go from 8th to 7th with a victory here. And I know this is all bottom of the table stuff, Shasi, but a win is a win, and it's pride, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. I think I was just about to say that it's the pride for both these sides. Keep on going, keep on getting the wins, and till the end of the season, never give up.
Yeah, and we're almost at the end of the season, but not just yet. Still plenty more action to come over the next few weeks here on SPL Live. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you so much to Shasi Kumar for joining me today, and a huge congratulations to the Lion City Sailors. They're enjoying the party tonight. It's a Friday night. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. Take care. Until next time. Bye-bye.